Something I can help.
Keep moving, scum.
You wear the shadows well, fellow. Shadow hide you.
Talk is free. You wear the shadows well, fellow. Shadow hide you. As I live and breathe, the gray fox. The best source of information are the best. However,
What seems to be the problem?
Carry on.
You wear shadow.
Well met. Farewell.
Move out of my... We rarely get real trouble here. The watch puts a stop to rough stuff damn quick. I'm mostly ornamental at the Bloated Float. Makes folks happy. I understand. Good day.
Well met. Welcome to the Bloated Float. She's the finest inn on the water in all Cyrodiil. Farewell.
Hey, who in Oblivion are you? You don't look like one of the Blackwater brigands. What? I was told there are only 2 others on board. I locked the bouncer in the storage room, and she has the owner. So that leaves you. Now I'll ask again. There's no one else in our group except the 4 of us. The Blackwater Brigands don't just take on new members out of the... When we formed the Brigands 3 months ago, I was told no more than a 4-way split on all the... So stop telling lies. Then perhaps... Thank you for freeing me. I'm Grumman Gromarad, the Bloated Float's bouncer and helmsman. I've been locked in that storage room. I don't know exactly what's going on, but not long ago, a gang of thieves calling themselves the Blackwater Brigands stormed the ship. They took myself and Ormil, the float's owner, hostage and put the ship to sea. I have no idea what they're after. If you can get me safely to the top deck, I can steer the float home. But I'm not budging until the coast is... I'm used to dealing with drunken louts, not a gang of well-armed... Good luck. You'll need it. Nice work. Top deck clear yet? What are you doing up here? They find the Golden Gal... Orders? Celine didn't tell me about this, and I don't remember her taking on someone else to help us find the Golden... When did all this happen? Damn that woman. She promised a 4-part split when we recovered the Golden Galleon. She never said anything about splitting at 5. She said when we got back to the safe house in Breville, we would divide the loot after she fenced the damn thing. Do Lynch and Minx know about this? Well, since they're out of the way, if I kill you, that means Celine and I split the take. This ends here. This ends here. You're pathetic. Sounds like the coast is clear, so... Be cautious. Their leaders sound...
How'd you get in here? Roth? I told him to guard the wheel and not talk to anybody. Who are you? We made a solemn pact not to let anyone else join the gang. What? Can no one in this gang keep things secret? I suppose you think you know why you've taken over the bloated floater? How did you know about that? No matter. Once I've taken... No one will... Again you have surprised me with your knowledge of our operation. I suspect Lynch didn't check all the inn rooms before we departed. You must have been hiding down there and made your way up here. How did you get past Minx, Roth, and Lynch? Impossible. You defeated the 3 of them alone? I'm humbled by your skill, and fear that assaulting you would lead to my own quick... Please accept my surrender. Here's my blade. I've already surrendered.
Thank goodness you arrived when you did. I feared that I'd be thrown to the slaughterfish. Please, get her from my sight. Thank goodness. Now that she's surrendered, please escort her to the last room on the inn deck. We'll lock her in there until we are...
Many thanks. I'm preparing the ship for you. Many thanks. I'm preparing the ship for her return.
Now that Celine is locked up safely below, I think we can all breathe a little easier. I can't thank you enough. Well, I'm afraid all of this was my fault. They hijacked the bloated float because of me. Business has been waning of late, so I invented a story. I fashioned a tale about a golden galleon that the previous owner hid within this very vessel. It was to be a statuette made completely of gold. At the time, the idea was quite clever, I thought. I figured the lore would draw more curiosity seekers and adventurers looking for the treasure. What could the harm be if while they were here, they bought a drink or two? My business has increased quite a bit since I leaked the story. Well, obviously, I was mistaken. It was a terrible idea. I'm just glad that no innocents were hurt. I wouldn't want to have their blood on my... Anyway, sorry to ramble. You better get below now and rest until we arrive safe. Please. You're awake. Good. I didn't want to disturb you. I suppose you're wondering what I did. The authorities at the Imperial City took her off the ship as soon as we docked. I was also informed that there was a reward for a... Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here, of course. Farewell, my friend.
Trouble? Truth is, the Legion doesn't know who was behind the Emperor's murder. We've already ruled out the Dark Brotherhood. So is this something? Farewell, citizen. Have mercy.
Gilgondrin, Silver Home on the water had... The watchman looks like he may have been a sailor. No one knows where he came from, or why he looks so sad. I don't like talking about the dead like they're some kind of tourist attraction, but that spirit has been making his ghostly journey for years. We've learned to just accept that he's there. Every night, sure as clockwork, he appears at Bunwatch Camp at 8 on the shore of Nibbin Bay. He's never harmed anyone, but most people give him a wide berth. You seem curious enough, so I'll be glad to pinpoint where he appears on... Take care.
Fine. Good to hear. Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
Fools.
Spare a coin for the infirm. My children will thank you for your help. Thank you, kind sir. If you want to learn a bit about hand-to-hand...
I was once the man known as Grantham Blakely. Look for me in the mouth of the panther. Please, release me.
Any time now.
Go ahead, please. Sure, I know what that is. Any sailor worth his weight in sea salt could tell you. The mouth of the Panther is what they call the delta where the Panther River meets Nibbin. It got its name from the pointed rocks that jut out of the water there. Sort of look like teeth. Mouth, panther, teeth, get it? Ships are always careful to stay away from it, especially when it's foggy on the bay. The rocks would tear right through a ship's hull like... Be glad to. Here, let me have your map, and I'll mark... You too.
I knew one day someone with unyielding virtue would heed my words and speed my release. You risk much to perform such a selfless act. This noble deed will not go unrewarded. Look upon the ground in this prison. There you will find a map to my gratitude. I thank you with all my heart.
What's that? Huh? Your presence here will not... Jump on my sword while you can!
What? You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves, our Raynal Draelus, will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime is all... Good day.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me. You're going to have... The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the detail. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who... Make it quick. I'll take that. The culprit in this crime... I'd tell you more... All right. For me, I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Raynal Draelus, we may never have uncovered the truth. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their... The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss... Luckily for us, Raynal arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it for a living. I can't believe it. The Grey Prince has been beaten. There's a new... Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble. I don't know what else to tell you.
I can't believe... Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so... I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Rainil Draelus. He said he was a vampire hunter, and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Rainil, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Rainil convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing. The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Rainil character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find it. I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Go ahead. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, apparently Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Rainil slew him. Kinda strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
Please be generous. Thank you. Yes, the vampire hunter. Apparently, he seemed to be such an likable fellow. Blessings of Archay upon ye.
We're always on... Yes. Apparent. He seemed to...
Just go away. What? Bye. What do you want? Nords who drink either get friendly or mean. I'm here to deal with a mean one. They say a thief actually stole one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Library. Who would have... Take care.
What do you want?
Leave me alone. Welcome to Bruma, stranger. Hafid Hollowleg. I'm your host at Gerald View. Bed, food, whatever you need. Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city... Stop talking. What can I do? We'll see. Bye.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead.
What can I do? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vamp. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. I'm listening. Excellent. Raynil's staying in the last room. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he would... What can I... Geliborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynil told me that he was the last vamp... Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed... That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called... Just look for me if you need anything else.
Hello.
Oh, you're back. So, any new revelations in your... investigation? How do you know about that? Oh, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Geliborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Geliborn was a vampire. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you... I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynil have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skin... I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack. It is a privilege. Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the road. Raynal was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but the only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you... If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my... I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Bruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here, but then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, this leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the... Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Oh.
Yes.
Please, by all means. I was praying. What news do you bring? Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm a... However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special... The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be... No. He always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to... If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show... Thank you. I will now speak the word. Brother. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. Justice has been done. I'm Jantus Brolus. I'm the illusion. There's much I can show you. Farewell.
I'm your relief. Excuse me. I'm your relief. Another day, another second.
Greetings, daughter of Skyrim. A pleasure to speak. I'm glad that scum got what he did.
Have
Hope
you
to
heard?
see- I'm Hunmund. I'm a prospector. Alga's my woman, Nord style. None of that chapel wedding, none. Bye.
I'm Olga. I'm a bard and a speechcraft trainer. Hunmund is my live-in partner. No offense, but I don't want to hear about any Mara Mother Mild and chapel family business. Hunmund and I live together in the old Nord way. Good enough for my fa and ma, and good enough for me.
Afternoon, sir. In your absence, I dispatched a runner to Skingrad to let them know they needed to clear Gelliborn's name for the record books. Like Braden, I think he deserves to have his name clear of wrongdoing. Although we can't go back and undo what's been done, I feel justice has been served and Braden's soul may rest with ease. You did what had to be done. There should be no regrets or doubts in your mind about it. Raynal was an evil Dunmer, and he deserved that fate. Have you ever considered a job in law enforcement?
Can I help you, brother? We're looking for recruits. Think you're tough enough to join the Fighters Guild? If you're interested, see Valena Daunton in Coral, or Azan in Anvil, or Burrs Grokash in Cheydinhall.
Go ahead.
Looking for action? What can I do for you? Looking for some work? If so, the Fighters Guild is always looking for new members. If you've got a clean record and don't have a bounty on your head, we may be able to use you. Are you interested? Fine. You are now an associate in the Fighters Guild. For contracts, speak either with me. You will advance through the ranks of the Fighters as you complete contracts and fulfill. A contract for you? I think I've got something that suits your experience. Arvina Thillis has some Bye. Good day. Yes, rats. I'm sure she can explain it to you better than I. She lives here in Anvil. Go and talk. Go take care.
Oh. Ah, you must be from the Fighters Guild. Good, I have... That's right. Rats in my basement, and something has been killing them. It's horrible. My poor babies. You must do something. I don't know what I'd do without them. Their little pink noses, their scaly little tails. Please save my little rats. found? Did you... A mountain lion? In my basement? But how? That's not possible. But it happened. What if there are more? What if it wasn't alone? Where there's one, there will be more. Find Pinarus Inventius. He's a hunter and knows this area inside and out. Please, go find Pinarus and those mountains.
Pinarus Inventius, hunter, woodsman, and marksman at your service. Mountain lions? Here. Odd. If they're around, I can find them. Come with me. A hunt will do us good and maybe make that old nut feel better. Let's go hunting. If they're out here, they'll be... I think that'll be all of them. Can't imagine more in this area. You can go to...
You've got to take care of those You think you've gotten rid of them all? You do? Well, you haven't. There's one in my basement. Thank the gods you killed that thing. This is ridiculous. Someone's out to get me, to get my poor babies. I'll bet it's that Quillweave next door. She's the one. She's never liked me or my sweet little pets. I know it's her. I've even seen her sneaking around in back of my house at night. She thinks she's so smart. She and all the other women. I'll show her. I want you to keep an eye on her. Find out... Please save my little rats.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
My name's Quillweave. I've had some success selling stories about the lives of the lower and criminal class. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're accusing me of, but don't do it without any proof. Yes? Be seeing you. Yes. You what? Well, I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't. Fine, you've got me. I figured if I left some rotten meat outside, the nasty little things would come out, and the guards would take care of them. Mountain lions? In her basement? I just wanted to lure her vermin outside. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, except the rats. Please, don't tell her. And if you can keep this our little secret, I can make it worth your while. There's a bit about acrobatics I can teach you. Be seeing you.
So, did you follow her? I knew it. Maybe I can teach you a little bit more about how to talk to people. And of course, here's the payment for the contract. Be seeing you.
What can I do? You too.
It is a privilege.
hope I can. I'll need someone who's at least an apprentice for this job. Maybe you're ready for advancement. You've done well so far. I hereby promote you to a... Looking for more work, eh? Good. Got a contract for you. I'd like you to go talk to... He runs Lel's quality merchandise here in Anvil. He's been having problems with break-ins, though, and he's hired us to put a stop to it. Take care of Lel's. He needs...
Yes.
You're a sneaky-looking sort.
What's yours?
Greetings! Welcome to Lel's Quality Merchandise. We have a wide range of goods to suit your need. Oh, and perhaps you saw the sign outside? A slight mistake, you know. Bit of bad luck there. These break-ins must stop.
How goes it? Head on. That's fine news. Heard any news from the other provinces?
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isle.
Greetings! Well, oh, and perhaps you saw the sign outside? A slight mistake, you know. Bit of bad luck there. I've lost a great deal of merchandise over the last few months. I keep replacing it, but they keep stealing it. New locks on the doors be damned. They always come at night after I've gone to bed. Maybe a mage transports them inside. You can just stay in the shop overnight. I'm going to wait at the flowing bowl until this mess is settled. I know I can trust you to keep the place. You too.
No time! I'm done talking to you. No time to... Just...
No time to talk. Just go away.
They call me Hall's Ropes Faster. Don't care. They can't pronounce my... Touched by the gods. He hears things. He runs Lel's Quality Merchandise. Not a bad sort. You can usually find him in his store. Goodbye.
Were you able to take care of my problem? You've gotten them? Wonderful. But their names are familiar to me. All of those men have worked. I even trusted them to open up the shop in the mornings. I can't imagine what turned them to a life of crime. Sad. Well, here's your payment. You too.
May your kills be quick and many.
From where do you hail? I'm Thurendil, son of Julianos and Mohititona, queen of Akavir. These slugs climbing my spine itch something fierce. Like to dance? Have you heard? Someone desecrated the tomb of Lathasa. No wonder her ghost haunts that. Mother's coming for me in the dragon ships. I don't like these itchy clothes, but I have to wear them or it frightens the fish. Take care.
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
This is a travesty. A complete and utter travesty. The crystal ball is just sitting there in the hold, but I'll be damned. And nobody will help me. No. Of course you can't. Nobody ever wants to help. That's the... Wait. Did you actually say you'd help me? Oh, how wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I've been going out of my mind ever since my crew was murdered. This is my ship, you see. The Serpent's Wake. I hired the crew to sail to Somerset Isle to retrieve a family heirloom. My mother's crystal. They made the journey and arrived back all right. But then, someone murdered them. All of them. The crystal ball is in a chest in the ship. Get the crystal... You did it! You actually made it back with a crystal ball! It's the captain's enchanted cutlass. I managed to grab it when I was in his cabin before his spirit chased me out. Oh,
How do you do?
Fresh game. The prey approaches.
Hello.
My name is Celine. I can't help you if you don't show me what... Be seeing you.
By Azura? By Azura!
Who are you? Why do you invade our place of worship? Take care. Who are you? A place of blessed darkness, a holy place where we may worship. You do. You are too pretty to worship in this place. People like you, like to hear you talk. When you are more loathsome, go carefully.
You approach the... Mephala tugs the strings of mortals for her pleasure. Are you sure you desire audience with the web spinner? Leave Mephala an offering of nightshade at the shrine between midnight and dawn, and the web...
You have not yet followed the path required to speak. Walk where your road must take you.
You walk in the shadow of the corruptor. What is your business at the shrine? If you believe yourself worthy, present Molag Bal with an offer.
You approach the shrine. Here we worship. There are many deals to be made, even with a god. You could find, if you wish to. You found this place. You found this place.
You approach the shrine of Hercene. Are you hunter? Do you think yourself a hunter? Then approach the shrine of Hercene. Leave an offering of the pelt of a bear or the pelt of a wolf at the shrine, and Hercene... Or perhaps you will learn what it is to be the hunted. Remember,
We are not afraid of the dark. The Night Mistress gives us eyes.
What is your business? You should not be in this place. What is your business here? Perhaps you have been summoned. Perhaps nocturnal desire... You too.
Place? Not place? Here? Not here? Welcome to the Grove of Madness, stranger. Killed and ate a Bosmer there, but it made me sick. Saw Lord Sheagorath in the Vomitus, so that's all right. Here to sacrifice? A limb would be nice. Then approach the Of course, he won't appear, because it's not raining. He loves the rain. And you'll need an offering. I think a lesser soul gem, a head of lettuce, and some yarn will do the trick.
Who's talking? You dare come here? I guess you haven't heard. We don't like the beautiful people. But maybe you can persuade me you're ugly in... Oh, we'll see. I salute you. Most impressive. You think that's funny? Not now, not later, not ever. You've got a point. You've got a point. Such adventures. How I envy you. Don't waste your flattery on me. Sorry, I don't get it. Are you sure? I guess you haven't heard. We don't like the beauty. We watch. And wait. You dare come? I guess you haven't heard. We watch and wait. Who's talking to you?